I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here is a British TV series where every year celebrities go into a jungle to compete with one another. This year, because of everything that has happened, bosses decided to host the TV show inside an old castle in Wales. Gwrych Castle was selected as the location, and immediately those interested in the paranormal were excited by this. Various people who have worked and visited the castle have said it's not uncommon to see apparitions, and since the show aired, many have come forward with their stories of the castle. Recently, during one of the live shows, people noticed that there was a strange figure in one of the castle's windows. Photographs soon started to make the rounds on social media, with people saying that it looks like a large dark figure, while others said it had the general appearance of a monk. One person said the following about the image: "I can't be the only one who saw a dark figure in the windows of the castle. Is this place actually haunted?" End quote. While another person had this to say: "I was watching I'm a Celebrity alone and noticed this creepy figure in the window. I sent it to a few of my friends and asked if they'd seen it, but they said they didn't. However, when I looked online, I was happy to see that other people saw it too. It really creeped me out." End quote. While one skeptic said the following about the image: "Although it does appear to have the outline of a human, bear in mind this is a reality TV show, so this could have been placed here by the production crew to get people talking, and if that was the case, it's worked because these images have been all over Twitter." End quote. Interestingly though, before the show even started, various visitors came forward with their stories, saying that this castle is one of the most haunted places they visited. The castle's website has even admitted that real-life ghost encounters by visitors to Gwrych Castle are commonplace. One castle worker said the following: "A few people have claimed to have seen a floating woman in white. Ghost hunters have also claimed to have felt the presence of her and gamekeepers. We think the Countess might be unhappy as her husband stripped the castle of valuables. They certainly didn't have a happy marriage." End quote. While another castle worker said this: "It wasn't long after working here that I too saw strange things in and around the castle. I have seen white apparitions floating around the castle, and sometimes these manifest into a humanoid figure, while other times they will just vanish on the spot. The overall feel of the place is really creepy, especially when you're walking around the castle late at night. Sometimes screams can be heard echoing through the castle. I try not to let the activity get to me, but I can see why people would be scared of this castle." End quote. Some of the locals have shared their own stories of the castle, saying that every so often you can see a small girl standing on top of the castle. In the past, people have voiced their concern that the little girl may be lost or even living in the castle, but those who have spent years living in the area have said this is just one of the many spirits that live within the castle, saying that she's often seen during the winter months standing on top of the castle and looking out. One story claims that during her life she was a servant, but she unfortunately passed away within the castle. Others have claimed to have seen various caretakers of the castle, with visitors saying they'll randomly see a ghostly apparition walk past them and then vanish into thin air. Paranormal researchers have said that castles and other old monuments are some of the most common places to encounter paranormal beings, saying that anywhere that's old and has a dark history is usually a dwelling spot for dark beings. Some of the most commonly cited apparitions is that of the shadow people, described as being black masses that are usually seen during sleep paralysis, the black monk, which is normally seen around old castles and buildings, and the white lady, a ghostly apparition of a beautiful lady in a white dress. The reason for her appearance is usually because something terrible happened during her lifetime, and now she's cursed to play the events over and over in the real world. One place where the White Lady has been seen is that of Union Cemetery located in Stepney Road in eastern Connecticut. In fact, Lorraine Warren lived just down the road from Union Cemetery before her death in 2019. When asked about the cemetery, she said the following: "I can tell you that I know for a fact that this place is haunted. It's one of the most haunted places around." End quote. So what makes Union Cemetery one of the United States' most haunted cemeteries? The graveyard has become infamous for sightings of a white lady spirit which go back to at least the 1940s. The female ghost is said to have flowing black hair and to be dressed in a long white gown or wedding dress. She walks the site of the cemetery at night, sometimes appearing on nearby roads. Ed Warren claimed to have captured definitive evidence of the white lady ghost on videotape. Chillingly, several drivers have reported seeing the apparition suddenly appear in the middle of the road, only to vanish on impact with their car. The identity of the mysterious white lady figure is not known. The Warrens believe she was a young woman who passed away at childbirth. However, theories abound as to who she was during her time on Earth. One tale holds she was a woman who was killed after slaying her husband. Another theory is that she was a young woman who passed away at the turn of the 20th century. However, the most well-known theory is that this is the ghost of a woman named Harriet B. Steely. Interestingly, there is a grave for Harriet B. Steely within the cemetery, which records that her death was preceded by the untimely death of her son in 1853. Could the White Lady be the ghost of Harriet Steely, searching for the soul of her child? The White Lady is by no means the only presence to have been sighted in the cemetery. Some have seen soldiers on horseback, others have heard the unearthly giggling of children. There have also been reports of visitors witnessing glowing orbs, beams of light and rolling mist. So what do you make of this image? Do you think it shows an apparition, or do you think it's just pareidolia? Be sure to let us know your thoughts in the comment section below, and help us by growing this community while working to solve these unexplained mysteries. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more videos.